the law of gravity. If you're a little child and you don't understand the law of gravity, you walk off the stage, it's going to work. The law of attraction is real. Just because you never heard of it doesn't mean it's real. I told you earlier, it gets me a little emotional sometimes. My life has so much abundance in it, it's ridiculous. And I know I don't deserve it, but it has a lot to do with the law of attraction. I'm happy and excited. But here's the thing, a lot of you are like, well, I'll be happy and excited too if I had all your money. Yeah, and that's why you don't have all my money. Because I'm not trying to be smart ass. Anyone would be happy and excited if they had a ton of money, a huge asset. Come on, the biggest dummy in the world could be happy and excited if they had everything already. The attitude comes before the paycheck. That's what you got to understand. The attitude comes before the paycheck. So here's the $1 million question when you go home tonight. Can you get excited even though you haven't been paid yet? Can you start getting excited just because you're going to be doing something you love to do? See, if you love to do what we're doing for the next 10 years and you don't become an R&D, but you love getting up every day because you have something exciting to do, and you love coming to presentations and meeting people and going to seminars, you absolutely love it. How many of you think you're a rich person anyway? Maybe not in money, but you're a rich person. How many people get up every morning and really don't like their job? They really don't want to go to work. There are people that on Sunday afternoon get depressed because they have to go to work on Monday. We only get 2 days off and we spend one of them depressed. That's not funny. That's sad. Okay? 2 days off, one of them we're bummed out. Monday morning it's like, oh my God, you don't want to get out of bed. Rush hour traffic is somehow worse, even though it's not, it just seems worse. Everything's a disaster. You get through Monday. Tuesday, a little better. Wednesday, a little color back in your cheeks. You can see Friday on the horizon. Thursday, you actually got a little bit of bounce in your step. You're in a good frame of mood. And Friday, it's like, okay, we're close. We're close. 5 o'clock, it's a jailbreak. If you listen to the radio stations, 5 o'clock Friday, it's like, everyone's so excited. Running a happy hour. Let's have fun. Let's party. Let's have a blast. Friday night, woohoo! Saturday, woohoo! Sunday, like, oh, shit. Gotta go to work tomorrow. And most people live their lives day after day after day after day, week after week, year after year, man. It's just so sad. And they look forward to maybe 2 weeks a year where they're on vacation and they get to go do something. They look forward to the weekends. You know what? I got to tell you, you know what's fun? Going to the lake during the weekday, playing golf. You know why? Because everyone else is there on the weekend and it's crowded. You know who's there during the week? Nobody. That's awesome. It's way more fun to water ski when there's nobody else around. It's way more fun to play golf when there's nobody else around. Okay, I'm telling you, it's a whole different lifestyle change. Flying in first class, I don't want to be mean if you fly coach, but it's not even the same life experience. And coach, you're like always fighting for the armrest. Like you're always, there's only one armrest you're like, and you're like trying to subtly like, I remember fighting for the armrest. God, the whole flight, I was like, I've got to have the armrest. I want to move my arm, but if I give it up, he'll take it. God, First class, you got a bed. First class, they go, would you like pajamas? I'm like, pajamas? Hell yeah, give me pajamas. Normally at home, I don't sleep in pajamas, but on the plane, I'm going to sleep in pajamas. It's just fun. Money isn't everything, but it's fun. It's not money, it's what the money can do. And here's the other thing. When people say money can't buy happiness, I just got to tell you, I really believe there are people in the world who have a bunch of money and are not happy. But I swear to you, I think there's only 2 people like that. They're the ones who are unethical, lying, cheating pieces of excrement that do anything to get money. And then when they do it, they know that what they did to get the money is so bad that they can't feel good about it. Or people inherited a bunch of money and they did absolutely nothing to get it and they feel unworthy of it. I don't know anyone personally, and maybe you do, I don't know anyone who, like James, came from a place where they were struggling financially and worked their brains out and became really successful. I don't know anyone who's not happy with money like that, because it's not the money, it's the journey. It's going from where you were to where you want to get to. It's the challenge of trying to live your dreams. It's the first challenge is actually dreaming again. You'd be surprised. I did a 4-day training, 12 hours a day, and it takes me 4 days, 12 hours a day to get people to actually be able to really, no joke, dream again. Like really dream, not fake dream. Like really, because most people won't dream because they're so certain that what they dream isn't going to really come true because they've been so disappointed so many times. I mean, guys, I could just talk to you and talk to you and talk to you and talk to you. I'm just sharing with you. Life can be like hell on earth or it can be like heaven on earth, and it's all right here. And here's the good news. All you got to do is get rid of the virus. You get rid of the virus, it's the same computer you've always had, and a computer is awesome. Like these phones, like I don't even know, this like got to be the greatest invention. It's not this particular phone, but this phone. But I'm just saying, smartphones in general, I mean, pretty soon you're going to be able to, God only knows what you're going to be able to do on your phone in 3 years. You know what I mean? It's just unbelievable. But as amazing as this is, it's nothing compared to this. I mean, this is way more powerful than this. So the point is, why don't we get rid of the virus? Why don't we reboot you? And why don't you live the life God intended you to live? Why not give it a shot? What's the worst thing that can happen? It doesn't work and you go back to where you are now. What's the best thing that can happen? You just absolutely flip a switch and your life becomes like a blast every day. I swear to you, every day of my life, I can't tell you how many times I say to myself, God, I love my life. I must say, God, I love my life 100 times a day, almost every day. I can't help it because, and I'm human. I have bad things happen to me, but I have a lot of really good things happen to me. And I have a lot of really great friends and a lot of peak experiences. And all I want to do is share with you how to do that. World Venture is just the vehicle. It's really personal growth and development. It's really you taking control of your life. And we just can't do it all with you in 5 minutes. Remember the first thing I told you tonight. Success takes time. You can't microwave this change I'm talking about. But if you're willing to stick around long enough for the meal to cook, you will be astonished at what's on the other side of the mountain for real. So it's been a privilege and a pleasure for me to be here tonight. Thank you so much for taking your time. I'll be back again really soon. Obviously, you know my main reason is to get me to come to Pattaya. So I've never been to Pattaya. I think we should all go together. Listen, and if for some reason you just can't go to Pattaya, seriously for a moment, go anyway. I mean, if you're only like if you're getting married that day. You know what I mean? And if you're willing to, hell, we'll marry you on stage. You know what I mean? Like, just come and check it out, because I'm going to leave you with this thought, guys. Hold on before you walk out the door. I know some of you are in a hurry. But let me just share this with you. I came here, 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and man, I mean, at that point, Singapore, forget about Asian domination. It was like Singapore was holding on for dear life. I mean, we had a couple hundred members that were active, and you know, there were some people wondering if it was a good investment to keep the country open, quite frankly. And a couple of people went to work hard. They just gave it everything, pushed in all their chips, all in, man. I remember the first training, the people I met at the first training. A lot of you guys were sitting in this room. And I mean, it's remarkable what's happened, but I'm just telling you, what we have right now, this is not momentum. This is the coolest thing. I've been in 2 companies in network marketing. Have you ever heard of Inc. magazine? The Inc. magazine, every year in the United States, they have something they call the Inc. 500, which rates the 500 fastest growing privately held companies in America. Well, the first company I was in, I was just blessed. I was in the number 20 fastest growing company in America. I had just signed up in network marketing, the water filter company. I didn't even know what was going on. I was just in the right place at the right time, and I took action. A couple years later, I got in a different company, and that became number 1 in the Inc. 500. As a matter of fact, it had a higher rate of growth than any company in the history of the magazine. Faster than Microsoft, faster than Apple, faster than any company that had ever been ranked in that company. And guess what? It was a network marketing company. A lot of traditional companies kind of grow like this. Network marketing companies go like this. And we are not going like this right now, but boy, are we about to. And a lot of that company, overall company growth, is going to come out of Asia. And it's just the truth. And that's awesome. For those of you that are on it, and you're in it, and you're living it, congratulations. But for those of you that aren't, let me tell you something. 5 years from now, we are by far doing more business out of Asia than the rest of the world combined. And you're still not a senior rep. And we talk about Asia, you're going to go, yeah, Asia. Still got 6 people on my left, 4 on my right. Asia. Ray Kroc founded a company called McDonald's. Have you heard of McDonald's? Yes. I truly think there's a McDonald's everywhere. I believe that if I were to go to the moon, there's a McDonald's. There's a McDonald's everywhere I've ever been in my life. There's McDonald's in like places in Africa that they don't even have running water, but they've got a McDonald's. So Ray Kroc founded that whole deal, and he was a pretty cool guy. At the end of his life, long after he retired, he would go to universities all around the world, and he would lecture in business classes for entrepreneurs, people who want to be entrepreneurs, and he had 3 success principles of being a successful entrepreneur. Some of you might have heard of these things. He said, number 1, you got to be in the right place at the right time. It's not so brilliant. This is pretty cool, though. Number 2, you got to realize you're there. Boy, does that disqualify a lot of people. Right now, I'm reading the movie about Stephen Jobs. Inspired me to read the book about his life, the biography. If you read that book, you'll probably be like, I read this book, and out loud while I'm on the plane, I'm like, what the hell? No way. There were people who could have invested like, I think it was $25,000 and own 1/3 of Apple. Are you... Can you say billionaire for $25,000? And they didn't put the money in. They were in the right place at the right time. They didn't realize it. I mean, oh my God, this book has so many stories like that. It's mind-boggling. I mean, there was Xerox actually created the laptop that you and I use today. Xerox. Not Microsoft, not Apple. They're the ones who created the screens that we look at today. They were in the right place at the right time. They didn't realize what they had their hands on. You got to be in the right place at the right time. You got to know you're there. Now, I'm just telling you point blank. If you don't know you're in the right place at the right time, I don't know if you want me to jump on your lap and hit your head with a brick. You're in the right place at the right time. But the first thing means nothing without the second thing, but the first 2 things mean nothing without the third thing. You got to be in the right place at the right time. You got to know you're there, and then you have to take massive action. Not a little bit of action, not action, massive action. When I got started in this business, I worked 12 hours a day. I worked 7 days a week. I was all in because I wasn't working. I wasn't at my job watching. Have you ever done that at work? Watching the clock? You try to, okay, I'm not going to look at the clock for a while. I'm going to work. Then you look up and it's moved like 6 minutes. You're like, God. Sometimes you're looking and you're like, shit, it's not moving. You know what I'm saying? I had those jobs too. And then I would go to work. You know, but one day I was working so hard. Me and this girl were working together, and we went a day and a half. And I looked at her and I go, God, I am hungry. Are you hungry? And she says, yeah, I'm really hungry. And I'm like, did we have lunch? And she's like, no. And I'm like, did we have breakfast? She's like, nope. And I'm like, did we eat dinner last night? She's like, nope. We hadn't eaten in almost 2 full days. You know why? Because we were excited about what we were doing. Man, oh man, oh man. I hope you get that excited about our business because you're in the right place at the right time. The only thing is you got to get in. Give it a chance. Don't put your foot in the water. It's cold. When you come on, I hope you're not those people, because if you're that person at the pool, I just want to punch you. I don't want to throw you in the water. I want to punch you and throw you in the water. Because here's the funny part. If the water's cold, you jump in. For those goofballs like us who just go, and you jump in. How long does it take your body to get used to the temperature of the water? 30 seconds, a minute. So after 30 seconds, we're cool, and like, I'm not kidding you, 15 minutes later, it's like, just get in. Just get in. The worst thing that will happen is you're not that good at it, and you won't get rich. Oh, well. But what if you are, and what if it works, and what if you're in exactly the right place at exactly the right time, and exactly the right company, and exactly the right part of the world, and we go out, and our goal is not to be a billion-dollar company. That's not enough. Our goal is to be the biggest company in the history of this industry. So at exactly the right time, when a company becomes the biggest company in the history of the industry, you're not winning the lottery. You got the best winning lottery ticket in the history of every lottery in the world. But it won't matter if you don't take massive action. So again, I know right now some of you are like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then you'll go outside and you're supposed to call someone, you're like, oh God. Or tomorrow someone will tell you it's one of those things, and you're like, oh, it's one of those things. So again, it's you know what? You make a call, and then you make another call,